Welcome to this week's Rogers McKee YouTube video. In this week's episode, I'm going to explain to you what it will mean for the recruitment industry and business in general after the general election. Let's go. Welcome to this week's Rogers McKee YouTube video. So, as time of going to recording this, next Thursday, the general election is taking place in the UK. And I wanted to just explore what that'll mean for businesses and recruitment specifically once the general election is over. And the one main thing that I think everybody should take from this, what is it going to mean? And this isn't a party political broadcast. I'm not going to tell you which party I'm voting for. I'm not going to tell you which party you should vote for. But there is one glaring thing that is going to impact everybody after the election. And that is nothing. Your attitude will dictate what happens after the election. As a business owner, as a team leader, as a recruiter, if you believe that the election is going to have a negative impact on your business or your team or your billings, it absolutely will do. If you're not going to believe that, if you believe it's going to be positive, it absolutely will do. There may well be rough and smooth to come in the future, but it's cyclical. The markets are always cyclical. There may be a few changes. Obviously, if a Conservative government gets in, which is looking increasingly unlikely, there may be slight differences to if that's a Labour government. They may prioritise different things. And like I say, the Labour majority is what's looking overwhelmingly favourite at the minute. But nothing's going to change massively to your day-to-day. Nothing's really going to change out in the economy. If there's one thing for sure, markets and economies like certainty. They don't like uncertainty. So the fact that the election will be behind us, the fact that we can all move on, the fact that there'll be a government, the fact that there'll be a majority as well, more than likely, means that there's not going to be any uncertainty in the market. Everybody will know roughly what to expect, and that'll be good for the markets. So how do you handle whatever comes next week? Well, it's quite simple. Make sure that you keep pushing. If we go through a bit of a dip at some point this year, and let's be fair, the last 12 months have probably not been the easiest for business owners, as I'm sure you can appreciate. What a lot of people do is they start not trimming the fat, but they start getting rid of important expenditure. So they'll start making staff layoffs. They'll start to cut back on marketing costs. All these things that you need to keep investing in to make sure that when you come out of a slower market, you're coming out of it in a better position than you went into it. And let's be fair, if you look at any sort of downturn in the market, there's more millionaires and more billionaires made in downturns than there is in boom times. In boom times, people get carried away. They start spending money on things that they don't need in terms of businesses. You know, they'll start to spend be a lot more frivolous and let the sort of purse strings go on expenditure within the business. When you're in a lean time, obviously that's when people start looking at trimming the fat, and you probably need to be doing that regularly. You probably need to be reviewing your P&L, if not monthly, certainly quarterly. Look at where your expenses are and trim the fat. You know, go through what do we need, what don't we need, can we make savings anywhere. Maybe have somebody in your business that's job that is, and you could put them on commission. So if they can get your bills down, if they can get your utility bills down, they get a percentage of what they save. If they can get your postal costs down or your stationery costs down or whatever it might be, and they can negotiate better deals for you, pay them a commission on what they save you. It's got to be better than overspending on all your expenses. But you are the master or the missus of your own destiny. You're the one that can control what happens after the election. And I thought it was important to get this out there because, you know, you may well see headlines, depending on which publication you look at or which news article or news outlet you follow, irrelevant of which way the election goes, saying it's all doom and gloom or it's all positive. And the answer is it'll probably be somewhere in the middle. But what is important is that you have the right attitude to carry yourself through whatever's to come. And you can dictate that. If you're positive, if you continue to do the right things, if you continue to spend on marketing, if you continue to market your business or your division or your desk within recruitment, you'll absolutely be successful. If you start cutting back on marketing costs, if you start cutting back on staff costs, you'll absolutely not be. And now is the time, as inflation is now right back down, interest rates over the remaining 6 months of the year will start to come down. Now is the time to ramp up, have a great end to the year, make sure that Q3 and Q4 are better than Q1 and Q2. That's what we're going to do. We had a managers meeting on Friday just gone. Our financial year ends at the end of June, so we're just gearing up now for the start of the new financial year. We set some big lofty targets for the 24-25 financial year, starting obviously in Q3 of 2024, and we're ready to hit the ground running. We aren't going to allow a general election, whichever way it goes, to impact us. Nothing will change. We've got big goals, we're going to hit them. We're going to give it absolutely everything to make sure we do hit them. We're going to continue to market the business. We're going to continue to invest in marketing the business. We're going to continue to grow in the teams because we want to provide a fantastic service to our clients and candidates. So with that in mind, if you are looking at joining a fantastic recruitment business and you've got recruitment experience, why don't you leave it in the comments or drop me an email on inquiries@rogersmchugh.co.uk, and I'd be delighted to have a chat with you. If you're not in recruitment, or if you're not looking at changing your job, the only other thing I ask is that you subscribe to the channel. We're looking at growing the channel this year. We want to get the videos out to as many people as possible, and in the last month we've had more subscribers than we've had in the other 5 months of the year so far. So please continue that trend, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back next week with another video. See you then.